This is the largest animal that ever existed. Even though it feeds on tiny plankton, it weighs more than 200 African elephants. It has the loudest voice of any creature on our planet, yet it's gone silent in many parts of the world. This is the blue whale. Hi, and welcome to Paleologic. Today we're going to talk about the biggest animal to ever live, the mighty blue whale. Let's dive right in. There are two main contenders for the title of biggest animal to ever live, the blue whale and the dinosaur known as Argentinosaurus. Let's start with Argentinosaurus. The fossils of this sauropod were first discovered in 1977 in Patagonia, Argentina, by paleontologists Jose Bonaparte and Mario Accozzini. Since then, paleontologists have found additional fossils and learned that Argentinosaurus was truly one enormous beast. Its name translates to silver lizard, and it likely got this name because the rocks in which it was originally found were made of a silvery gray stone called erythnogilid. Argentinosaurus was a titanosaur, part of a larger group of dinosaurs called sauropods. Other famous sauropods include Diplodocus and Brachiosaurus. Sauropods were typically long-necked and long-tailed plant eaters. They were also some of the largest animals of all time. In fact, most of the biggest animals ever discovered are sauropods. Based on its extremely large size, scientists estimate that Argentinosaurus weighed around 70 tons and reached lengths of nearly 40 meters. However, these measurements are rough estimates based on the size of its bones. To put its size into perspective, if you lined up 4 of the largest modern-day mammals, you wouldn't even come close to matching the length of an Argentinosaurus. But let's talk about the blue whale. The blue whale is a cetacean, a group of aquatic mammals that includes dolphins, whales, porpoises, and manatees. Cetaceans are believed to have evolved from terrestrial mammals that returned to the oceans about 50 million years ago. Over time, these mammals developed characteristics that allowed them to thrive in an aquatic environment, such as a horizontal tail for propulsion and a dorsal fin to help keep them upright in the water. Prior to the discovery of Argentinosaurus, the blue whale was considered to be the largest animal to ever live. Blue whales can reach lengths of up to 30 meters and weigh over 180 tons. That's longer than 3 Tyrannosaurus rexes, and heavier than 33 of me. Much like Argentinosaurus, blue whales are also still growing. Scientists believe that the maximum length of a blue whale may actually be closer to 35 meters, and that they can weigh over 200 tons. If true, that would make the blue whale even bigger than Argentinosaurus. Blue whales are truly massive creatures, but how exactly do they get so big? Like most mammals, blue whales give birth to a single calf after a gestation period of about 10 to 12 months. Newborn blue whales, called calves, measure around 8 meters long at birth and weigh approximately 2.7 tons. That's almost as heavy as a fully grown giraffe. You might be wondering how blue whales grow so large given that they feed on tiny organisms called copepods. Copepods are microscopic crustaceans that make up the majority of the blue whale's diet. Despite their small size, copepods are incredibly abundant in the ocean, making them a good food source for blue whales. On average, blue whales eat about 4.5 tons of copepods every day. This is enough food to fill a school bus. No wonder blue whales need to be so big. So what do you think? Is the blue whale the biggest animal to ever live, or does the title belong to Argentinosaurus? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Now back to our story. As adults, blue whales typically eat between 3,500 and 6,000 calories per day. To meet their enormous energy needs, blue whales must spend most of their time eating and digesting. They do this by swimming at the surface of the water and engulfing huge amounts of copepods in their mouths. Their mouths are specially adapted to form a suction cup like seal when they engulf prey. This helps them to trap the copepods inside their mouths. Once the copepods are trapped, the blue whales swallow them whole. In addition to copepods, blue whales also eat krill, small fish, and plankton. But copepods make up the bulk of their diet. To support their massive bodies, blue whales have the largest hearts of any animal, measuring about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. Their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant's tusk. Blue whales also have the strongest tails of any creature on Earth. When they thrash their tails, they can create whirlpools up to 30 feet across. These giant creatures can swim at speeds of up to 25 miles per hour, propelling themselves through the water with their enormous tails. But how do we know all this? Studying the size, behavior, and physiology of a massive animal that lives in the ocean can be quite challenging. For many years, scientists knew very little about blue whales. However, thanks to technological advances in the 20th century, we've learned a lot about these magnificent creatures. In the early 1900s, people began to notice that blue whale carcasses were washing up on beaches more frequently. This was likely due to the increasing popularity of whaling. Whaling is the hunting and killing of whales for their oil, meat, and other products. People have been hunting whales for centuries, but it wasn't until the 1800s that whaling became a major industry. By the early 1900s, the number of blue whales in the world's oceans had declined drastically due to overhunting. As people learned more about blue whales, they began to realize that these creatures were truly magnificent animals that needed to be protected. In 1966, the International Whaling Commission established a moratorium on commercial whaling, meaning that whaling was banned in most countries around the world. This helped to protect blue whales from extinction. Today, blue whales are still considered to be endangered, and their numbers are still declining in some parts of the world. But thanks to the moratorium on commercial whaling, blue whales are slowly making a comeback. One of the ways that scientists learn about blue whales today is by tagging them with electronic devices. These devices can track the whale's movements and behavior. Scientists can then use this data to better understand blue whales and how they interact with their environment. Another way that scientists study blue whales is by analyzing their songs. Blue whales produce incredibly loud sounds that can be heard hundreds of miles away. Scientists believe that blue whales use their songs to communicate with each other. By studying the whales' songs, scientists can learn more about their behavior and their environment. In addition to being one of the largest animals to ever live, blue whales are also among the fastest. They can swim at speeds of up to 23 miles per hour, which is faster than most cars on the highway. Blue whales are also capable of jumping out of the water, a behavior known as breaching. Breaching can be an exciting sight to behold, but scientists believe that blue whales do it for other reasons as well. One theory is that blue whales breach in order to remove parasites from their bodies. Another theory is that blue whales breach in order to communicate with each other. Whatever the reason, breaching is a behavior that is unique to blue whales and other large whales. Despite their massive size, blue whales are surprisingly graceful creatures. They are capable of swimming at speeds of up to 23 miles per hour and jumping out of the water. Blue whales are also known for their incredible songs, which can be heard hundreds of miles away. Sadly, despite their grace and majesty, blue whales are currently endangered. They face threats from climate change, habitat loss, and ship strikes. If we don't take action to protect blue whales, they may not be with us for much longer. Now it's time to hear from you. What did you find most interesting about the blue whale? Did you learn anything new? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. I'll see you next time.